guys, I'm back again. We have another RBA to take a look at. This one is the Cloud RBA, which is from Cloud Mods, who, from what I understand, they've made some pretty nice RTAs or RTAs in the past. I've seen RTAs. Um, don't know a lot about them. Where's this out of? They're from. Oh, I don't even know where they're from. I think Spain. But anyway, we got a package in today. We're going to take a look at it. This one is another RBA, obviously, and this one will allow you to go up to 4 millimeter. It's got a airflow pins of 1, 1.5, 2, 3, and 4 millimeters. So that should give us plenty of airflow that we desire. It's made of stainless steel 316L, just like most stuff. The screws, the body, everything. Uses PEEK insulators. They advertise that there's going to be 4.2 milliliters of juice available with the RBA in place in a standard Boro. So we'll use a standard Boro, and we're not going to measure 4.2 to check on them, but you can use it mouth to lung, obviously with a 1 millimeter pin, or direct lung, 4 millimeter, 3 millimeter, reduced direct lung, everything. So it's got a rounded chamber in the inside and space to use. I don't know what size you can go up to, but we're going to go with a 3. So anyway, let's go right at it. Gotta work on trying to get these videos shorter. It feels like there is nothing there, so we'll cut right there. Make sure nothing jumps out at us. Okay. Just for protection, it is all bubble wrapped up, and that's everything in the bag. DHL doesn't like me. They always deliver right after I leave for work. I work 4 to midnight, so yeah. It'd be easier if I worked a regular shift like 8 to 5 and I get home and it'd be waiting for me, but they always, 30 minutes after I go to work is when that's taped up pretty good, is when they show up to deliver. So luckily my family didn't leave it on the doorstep all day. Come on now. This is okay, there we are. Cloud Mods since 2015. That's a cardboard box, but nice little printing on it. Let's see, is that open? Yeah, it slides out like that. Alright, immediately we see our airflow pins, which look kind of neat. They've got holes all over the place. Nothing in there. Alright, what do we have here? So we have airflow pins. Assumingly there's since there's 5 airflow pins, there's only 3 here. One of them's pre-installed. We'll take a look at these, so we'll make sure we use the largest airflow. These really look neat. There's a little bit, probably the smallest of them. No, that's that's smaller, but they have holes all around right there. So yeah, I'm assuming that's going to be our positive contacts. Probably won't be able to work without one. A little baggie with some spares, some grub screws. What are these? Ooh, I hope I'll probably have to find well, I'll just use the enclosed Allen key if I'm not already set up. We have a serial number card. Oh, we got number 4. That's a nice serial number. Nice low serial number. And the RBA itself. Alright. So it's kind of a cross between a square one, which, we got the square kind here. Well, I don't have any round ones to show you. That's it next to a bridged. And that's next to a Kirch. Let's see, that looks like about 4 millimeter. This, I think it comes apart in three pieces. This is solid. The top here, this is similar to the Atom, I believe, or yeah, the Atom. This is solid all there. Got a rounded, real nice looking machining in there. Nothing else in here, right? Nope, nothing else. Let's set this aside. Then, so you got your top cap here. That goes right there. And then you've got this sleeve here. Uh-oh. There we go. It's held on by O-ring that's not very juicy yet. So, and assumingly you'll be able to eventually be able to buy different sleeves, maybe a clear or, you know, different colors or whatever to accessorize. That's, I mean, I'm not sure the design. So anyway, what we got here, we've got some holes on both sides of this middle section here, and they line up with these little channels here. So your wicks are not going to hang out of it. You're going to put your wicks down in there, and then this is going to bring juice in on either side through these holes. So there we are. Go together. There we go. So your wicking is going to be right there and right there. And yeah, that's a smaller airflow pin in there. So we'll have to figure out what the biggest one we have is. I'm going to assume that they just screw out. And that was the case. There's an insulator right there. So, ooh, okay, so you're not going to be able to. I ended up pulling my positive pin out, and you can see the PEEK insulator in there. So we'll have to put this back together. The airflow pin holds it all together. All right, we'll have to reassemble this. All right, so obviously do not lose that one. And yeah, that's probably 2 millimeter or maybe 3. Let's see. All right, we're not going to lose that. All right, this is definitely out. That one's smaller than the one we had. This one is smaller than the one we had. Here's your 3 right here. That's probably your 3. So this is going to be your 2. This is going to be your 3. And this is going to be your 4. So we're going to put this 4 back in here. Slide this back over. Get that up in there. And we got to line this up. Actually, this might be easier if I take this piece off. Don't want little loose parts all over my carpet. All right. Yeah, so that airflow pin screws into that positive pin there. And I'm trying to line it up. Go in the hole. There we go. It took it. Make sure that's all not loose or anything, because that will cause us major issues when we go to put this together. So, but yeah, as you can see there, there's a PEEK insulator right there, and then there was the one that's right there that we you need to make sure you don't lose if you change that airflow pin out. All right, so the airflow is going to come into these little holes all around the base here and travel up, and that's solid there to go to your contact, your positive contact, and then it's going to come up through there. So that looks like plenty of airflow. Let's get to building this. But before we do, let's take these. Don't want to lose these. That's really neat that you get all the airflow pins that you'll probably ever need for this one right out of the get-go. All right. Let's looks like we there's no adapter in here, so those threads on the bottom, just gonna slide that on there. All the machining seems really good. Oh, let me see. Guarantee this is gonna be too big. Yeah. Let's see. If it'll only take a second. Let me see if I can figure this out real fast. I'd rather use a driver than This is a T4 that I had to use to change the panel or the button out on the okay, so this is using the same size as a billet box. That should work just fine. The screws on a billet box, that's the same driver. All right, let's back these out. One, two. That should be plenty. And as you can see, there's a little catch on either end. All right, let's use some of these coffin coils here. These are 0.35 3mm. Grab one of these. Figure this is about the biggest coil I'd ever use. I don't go looking for big, huge coils. Which looks like that's going to be real easy to put in too. Oh, you know what? This coil is probably going to be too... no, it'll still work. I'll just have to slide that around. Just get it down a little bit. Pull that through. Come down on this side. Get that caught, and then we'll see if... we'll try it out. It might be too wide. Oh, I missed. Yeah, let's see. Let's put this... go ahead and push it a little bit. I have dropped something again. My driver. That's what I need right now. Back that back out. And we'll push that in. Yeah, this coil there, it's a chunky coil, so it's got more. All right, let's see. All right, yeah, that's gonna work. That's gonna work. Oops. Get that straightened up a little bit, and that should work. Okay, let me tighten these down all the way. Yeah, I really like the bridge does this too. I really like it when a accessory for a billet box, or other board device as well, but is made with using the same screws and whatnot, the same using so you can use the same driver for your screws on your billet box and building your RBA. That was one thing I really loved about the bridged. I still love the bridged. Alright, come on. I just want to make sure I get this as close as I can. And I'll start, got a little straggler there. Here we are. Let's see if that's going to work. What do we have here? I keep forgetting. I'm trying to hit the fire button right there. It's over here now. Alright. We're reading a 0.22. Let me put this all this together and see, make sure we don't have any shorts. Well, we're not done getting it set anyway, so yeah, we'll be good to go there. I just want to make sure my leads weren't hanging out enough to cause an issue. I want to straighten this up a little bit more though, without that's probably going to be about as good as I'm going to get it without unscrewing those leads. Alright, we'll go with that. Alright. 0.24. Get this cleaned up. I'm not sure really whether or not we're going to wick it before we put this piece on, or or wick it and just let it sit there and then put that over it. We'll try it. We'll see what happens. It's centered up pretty good. Kind of wouldn't mind bringing that over a little bit. There we go. Yeah, like that. There we go. We're starting to get there. There we are. Nice. That fires right up. Oop, get inside of here a little bit. It's all one in there. There we go. I'll talk to myself. Actually, I'm talking to y'all, but there we go. Alright, so this is what we came with. That should be plenty big. And yeah. But yeah, it looks like you could put a 4 in there if you really wanted to. Maybe even bigger, I don't know. Alright. Let me go ahead and just, we're going to use this Pro Vape cotton that PP Mods sent me. I had somebody that was watching the video when the first time I tried this stuff, and I had 2 jars of it, and he brought to my attention that they have a diameter of 3mm, and the reason they sent me 2 is because this one has 2.5mm size, so that's pretty cool. Alright, get this cotton ready. I should do this before I get on start recording. Save a little time, you know. Alright, so I think I'm going to go ahead and just try to get it lined up and into the channels and then put the cap on it, because I think it'd be hard to feed the cotton through it if it wasn't. So it's going to be about fine. What I'll do is I'll cut it about right here and about right here. Fluff it up a little bit since it's just going to rest in that channel. So what I'll do is I'll cut it right here, and then I'll put the cap up. I'm gonna hold those up maybe and see if I can put this in, and then no, that's not gonna work. I mean, it'll work, but I'm not gonna be able to flip it over like that. So let's go ahead and wick it up. What are we going to use here? Let's use this ice cream, fried or frid or whatever. Let me wick it a little bit so I can shape it down into those channels. Again, this is, I mean, I saw some pictures of somebody that wicked this in the Cloud RBA or the Cloud Mods group, but I've never seen a video or anything on this yet. So we're, you know, y'all's guess is as good as mine. I think I may have too much. No, that's not going to be too much cotton. If I can just get it to sit in that channel, I can put the, I don't want anything over that O-ring or anything. Maybe I need to trim a little bit off of the end there. Let's line that up so I don't, just a little bit off the end. Nice and juicy. Alright, there we go. We can sit that down in there now. Since I'm going to be using a max or a 70-30 juice, pretty thick juice, it's not 50-50 or whatever, I don't really want a lot of extra cotton in here, so I'm going to line that up. There might be an easier way to do this, but I'm just going to do it this way. Get a little more juice in there. That's pretty dry still. Alright. So yeah, I'm just trying to sit it down in that channel and make sure that none is hanging over the edge to where it would interfere with the O-ring around the base there, the black O-ring you see there. Maybe I used a little bit too much, but we'll give it a try anyway. If we start to get some dry hits, then we'll know that I'm choking the hell out of it with too much cotton. Got a little more cotton on this side than that side. So hopefully it'll sit down over that O-ring. And yeah, let's give it a try. I don't think it matters which side of this we put down. All right, it sat down on there. That's what it looks like from the top. Let's fire this bad boy up. See, wow, something. I jacked up that resistance pretty. Oh, you know what? It's supposed to read about a 0.35. Oh, I'm in 20 watts. Let's just go 4 volts. There we go. That's some vapor there. Oh yeah. There you are. All right, so let's put this together. Actually, I don't know if I want to put this. Oh, this is only going to go. No, it can go either way. They've got a little circle there. Is that? What is the purpose of that? All right, so that's what it's going to look like. But we'll take the glass off our Boro. Move that aside. That's still a little warm. We'll put the chimney in first. My little trick with these type of dealies is to kind of get it started. Just line it up and push it through. Just don't jack up your O-rings at the bottom there. Oh, this one's a little tight. Go in the hole. This is not a new Boro, so shouldn't have any issues with wow, that's real tight. All right, now maybe I need to lube my top O-ring a little bit. Yeah, that's a little tight there. Put a little bit here. Maybe help that out. I knew this was going a little too smooth, this whole video. It's still going to be just as long as the rest. I don't know why I can't make them shorter, you know? You know what? That's why I can't go any further. Because the tweezers won't go any further in there. So I'm just going to have to manhandle it from this side. Make sure that'll fit. Is it tapered at all? It's got a little taper on the top there, it looks like. I've never had a problem putting one through the way I did. Alright, what we got? We got something longer. These won't fit. What do we got? What do we got? Let me try it this way one more time. I'm not going to edit this out. I'm going to show all my perils of doing something for the first time here. Alright, I'm having a real problem with that. It's not even going in from the top. That is, it's big enough, but it's not clearing the O-ring. Alright, let's back up and punt here. I'll go ahead and get this out of the way. We'll go with this side up. Still got to get that in there first. Come on. It's wanting to come through there, but it's not going. Oh, there we go. Whew. I just had to muscle it a little bit. There we are. Yeah, that was not as easy as it should have been. All right, we're going to put that there. That's just going to go down on that. Push that through. Now that's a little tight too. Tight is better than loose, though. I'll tell you this. There used to be a thing called a battler. I should get one of those. It's for basically, pushing things through a Boro. That should be fine. It's not sitting all the way flush, but that should be fine. Actually, you know what? Let me push on a little bit more because I'd like it to go down as far as it can. That ain't gonna leak. I'm gonna tell you that for sure. It's definitely not gonna leak. That is tight around the edges there. So anyway, let's just go ahead and put it together. Hope we don't have a problem. There we are. Let's put about half in here because we may have to readjust, if you know what I mean. And I'm not 100% sure I didn't put too much cotton in there. It should be about half. Set that down, get me a piece of paper towel here. Wipe my hands, wipe the Boro, get it clean. Alright, that was a little bit of an experience. Got a billet here ready to go. Got a little bit of battery life left. Throw that in there. Need a drip tip. Let's go with this one for a quick fix. Actually, no, let's use this one. Since I'm using the black and white, accessorize right from the get-go. Alright, I was reading a 0.35. Nope, check atomizer. Alright. Let me try a different drip tip just to make sure that's not the issue. Go back to the one that I said let's try to start with. Okay, I've got to get something that maybe that needs to go down just a little bit further. I kind of was worried about that little gap right there anyway. I may need to, yeah, it's not reading. So let's get this out of here. And I'm going to push down on it and try to get it to seat a little bit further down in that Boro. It's not liking these O-rings. I wonder if I should try a different Boro. Maybe this Boro's jacked. Nah, I think this Boro's fine. Just need to muscle it, I guess. Ooh. I have cut myself somehow. What did I cut myself on? Did I break the glass? No? I'm gonna have to pause this video for a moment and put a band-aid on my finger. Okay guys, I got a little like a paper cut on my finger there. It stopped bleeding before I needed a band-aid. But anyway, when I came back from the kitchen, I took it out of this demon Boro here. I don't understand why, but I went ahead and pushed it through here. It was much easier on this one. This is just a standard black Rev 4 Boro. Not aftermarket. You don't get it with a box, but so anyway, let's line this up. If you want me to, I'll pull that out and show you that. So it just went through like that. I usually don't do cuts like this, but cuts in the video. So just push it in. And let's just give it a little bit of a push up here. Make sure it's down good. It's still not seated all the way, but it definitely went through the O-ring down here. Let's put it in a Boro and check it real quick. Get it cleaned up here. I'm not even going to put the glass on. I'm just going to tie it down with a, make sure it, see if it reads again now. Yeah, it was that Boro. Something was up with that Boro. It's not reading what I wanted it to read, though. Could have boogered that coil up some, but it's reading a 0.45 on here, which is fine with me. We'll just go ahead and put some juice in it and roll with it, right? All right, put that back out. Wow, I am so juicy. Let's find my glass. Slide that on there. I don't like this Boro because I don't like that O-ring, but hey, I don't even think I've probably ever used this one either. Maybe I have. Let's go about right there, a little bit more than half. All right. Slide our glass up. One last little cleanup. Pops right in. Let's go. No, I'll just stick with this one. All right. All right, we're getting a 0.44. Let me set that up to. We'll go up to about 35 watts. And let's give it a toot. I usually don't use that word. All right, let's see. There we have it. Let's see. That's good. That's definitely the ice cream. It's not one of my favorite flavors, but it tastes like it's supposed to. I can see some wicking. If you look real close real quick, on the one side, you'll see some bubbles coming up. Seems to be wicking just fine, despite my fear of putting a little bit too much cotton in there. Tastes fine though. I'm gonna probably put it in another Boro just to make sure, but I don't believe that there's anything wrong with the RBA itself, because it went right into, it was a little tight at the bottom, but it went right in on the top on this Boro. And it could be that other Boro has aftermarket chunkier aftermarket O-rings. I'm not sure if I've ever changed that one out, but anyway. All right, let's put the back cover on here. That's plenty of airflow, though. To be honest, I could probably get away with the 3 the way I vape with this coil. Yeah, that's putting on good flavor. Good flavor. All right, let's do the little, let's see if we can get any dry hits. Four. 5. No dry hit yet. 6. It's good and airy. 7. 8. 9. That's nice. That flavor is really good. Let me show y'all this wicking here. Let me go back down here. Let y'all see this wicking here. It is wicking really good. I hate doing that, but yeah, it's wicking just fine. Nice little bitty tight bubbles. I should give you the right angle when I do that. Let me do it one more time. You know, there's something that I did not look up before I did this. This was sent to me to take a look at. I did not pay for this. I don't know what the RRP on this is. Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. It's 140 euros, and it comes, like I said, with all those pins and the RBA and the spares and everything. Really good. I mean, the flavor's great. It's wicking just fine. Good Lord. Did you see that? It just, when I tilted it, it just said bloop. See if I can replicate that. Bloop, bloop, bloop. There we go. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And since this is a black Boro, you might not be able to see it. It could be bubbling out of both sides because I see some bubbles in the top right over there. So it's probably coming out of both sides equally. Although when I wicked it, I noticed that I had a little bit more cotton on one side. So it's going to go to the side with least cotton, obviously. So let's go back up and probably need to wrap this up. Really good flavor. And it's every hit I'm taking is bubbling just fine. So yeah, that is the Cloud Mods Cloud RBA. 140 euros. It's all stainless steel. 316L stainless steel. The screws as well. 4.2 milliliter capacity. I guess the fact that you have, see, you know, one thing I notice when I'm using, and I love this one too, but this armor, it's about the same size as let's go back down. It's about the same size as the armor AMBB, but it seems as if I've got to fill this up way more often than, you know, other RBAs. I don't know if just the coil configuration I have and I'm burning it quicker. I mean, I'm at about the same wattage, probably 32 to 33, 32 here. And it seems like I'm going through juice a lot faster in there. And it doesn't look much bigger than the Cloud RBA here. So, I mean, 4.2 milliliter is what they say is left after the displacement of the actual of the RBA. It's more narrow than the Armor AMBB. It is more narrow, so it's probably got a little bit more. There's that bubble train again, just sitting still. So anyway, all right, guys, that's pretty much it for this. Don't know if there's anything I didn't cover, but if you have any questions, obviously hit me up in the comments below. Another longer than necessary video. Y'all got to see me cut myself. You got to see me struggle. And I'll probably need to go ahead and put that Boro somewhere where I make sure I don't try to use it again, because something was amiss with those O-rings on the bottom of that, bottom and top. It wouldn't slide through it, but it slid right through this one. So I don't know what gives, right? So well done. I don't have I mean, there was nothing we did, nothing I noticed when we were putting this thing together that would give me any reason to say anything negative about it. I don't see any negatives. I mean, price point with all those air pins is actually real competitive on, you know, with the high end RBAs. Obviously, we're not going to compare this to the low end stuff, I mean, when I say low end, I mean low end can be good too. I mean, the Cubics was great, and that's a $30 RBA, mass produced. But these are handmade, you know, hand machined in a shop, and no, no, Toro Mods is in Spain, I think. Let me, you know what? I don't want to tell y'all wrong. Let's see here, DHL. I'm going to tell y'all where this came from. I hate to tell you the wrong stuff, you know what I'm saying? Let's see here. Let's look at the tracking on here and I can tell you where it came from. Tracking details. Athens, Greece. Oh my goodness, I would have really screwed that up. And you know what? I knew this because if you look, I made a post that said I got something from Greece. Oh no, that was a post about the dope. Is those guys are out of Greece as well. So you got Atmazoo, Cloud Mods, and um, uh, Vaporware mods out of Vapeware mods out of Greece. That's pretty crazy. Anyway, not my best work, but you know the RBA lives up to. Well, there hadn't been much hype. There's a lot of people that hadn't heard of this one yet, but I think you will soon. That's really good. That's really good. I like it. I like it. So anyway, I'm Chris, billetbox.info, right there, right there, right there. And I appreciate y'all watching me make a fool of myself. This was probably not my best work, like I said, but we got it done. So anyway, thanks for watching. Take care.